2 clash of the Australian Rugby Shield Women's Competition, seeing New South Wales Country take on the ACT and South New South Wales Kestrels today. Both teams had good wins in the opening round, and the winner of this clash will be in the box seat to take on the top team in the other pool on finals day on Monday. And it'll be the Corellas New South Wales Country getting us underway in this nice sunny Brisbane afternoon. And Kestrels take it up to the Corellas defensive line. Showing some intensity in defence early on. The Kestrels just looking for a gap, and they find a little one. But Emily Carroll there taken down by New South Wales Country. Quite a young back row the Kestrels have got, but they showed they were really effective in their opening game, and they've won a penalty there in the breakdown. They'll have a chance to reset their attack early. Touch, and we'll have our first line out of the day. Just a little hunt for a footy to throw in. Great run there from Enyi from the Kestrels, and they've won that penalty again. New South Wales Country just not rolling away there, and Bone will have a chance to kick to touch and put the Kestrels in some really positive field position. Piece contested well by New South Wales Country there, and they wrap up the Kestrels right at the back. Kestrels looked like maybe a little bit of a knock on there, but not picked up by the referee, and they continue to build some phases. Fua absolutely dragged some defenders through there. Another penalty at the breakdown for the Kestrels. The New South Wales Country offside. Making the most of those, the ill discipline from New South Wales Country early, the Kestrels, just building some pressure. That's exactly what they did against the ADF in their first round game, trying to build some phases and try to come away with some points. And the New South Wales Country win that against the feed and get some attacking momentum for themselves. A nice clearing kick, and they're right in the dangerous position. Picked up by the Kestrels fullback there, Dawa. She looks for the halfback. There's no one there to recycle at the back of the ruck. That Lindsay tries to kick it clear, but it's charged down, and we'll have a line out deep in the New South Wales Country attacking zone. A little bit scrappy here early. Both teams desperate to get some points on the board. And it is another warm day in Brisbane. There's some big rain earlier this week, but the turf here at Ballymore does look to have held up pretty well, considering. And it is going to be a humid afternoon as well. Very typical Queensland conditions. Kestrels just finding the mark. And Masters just looking for the touchline. And doesn't quite make it, so the New South Wales Country will have a chance to run it back up. To Annika Butler. Couple of fens there from New South Wales Country, making some valuable extra metres after the tackle. A nice little no-look pass from Alana Ryan, but the defence there from the Kestrels just monumental. And they force the knock on. It's a big win there for the Kestrels, as the New South Wales Country were mounting some really dangerous attack. So they'll be very pleased to have stopped them on their way into attack. A little bit of a cleaner win for the Kestrels this time. And they quickly look to move the ball right. His backs just trying to unleash some of their pace. Brigstock just wrapped up there, but gets the offload away. And Brewer trying to palm them off. Doesn't get too far before she's tackled. Lily Bone just runs it up there for the Kestrels. These Corellas aren't giving them much space at all. Lindsay with the short ball there. And a penalty again for the Kestrels. They're really dominating in the attacking breakdown there, getting some crucial momentum and valuable field position from those penalties. The last lineup was quite heavily contested by the Corellas, so we'll see if they can get a bit of a slightly better execution rather this time around from the Kestrels. Bit of an overthrow there, and not straight is the call. Disappointing there from the Kestrels in a really positive position. Just those little bits of set-piece execution, letting them down a little bit so far, really easing the pressure on New South Wales Country, who have been forced to defend for the early parts of this game. It's a nice win from the Corellas. And they quick to look for the kick to get themselves up the field. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire there for the Kestrels, but all smiles. Be coming back. Offside call by the looks of it. Back into a scrum. So we'll see here what the Kestrels decide to do. They're setting up their backs quite nicely. Looks like they might be looking to shift that ball. So the Corellas have had the upper hand in their set piece. So a driving maul could be a bit of a challenge for the Kestrels, but we shall see. Down the scrum again. Just outside New South Wales country 5 metre line. And waiting for that ball to come out of the scrum. And Brewer does quickly move it right to Dawa, who tries the fend. Doesn't quite slip past the defenders. They're trying to move the ball quickly here. Bone takes a hit up. Dragged down by 3 Corellas there. Took a little while. A pick and go, but doesn't go too far. Kestrels just building phases and trying to be persistent. Pick and going all the way to the line. It's a marathon pick and go. Just trying to open up some space, and now they shift it left to try to open up those backs. And Fua opens up some space for Martin, who's taken down just 5 metres out from the line. They're looking right. Lindsay, long pass to the right. And again, Bone, just a little bit static, trying to open up one of their speedy backs. Oh, but a great tackle there from Annika Butler. They managed to break through and get the try for the Kestrels. Just another look at that. Shifting right, trying to take advantage of an overlap there, the Kestrels. And Emily Carroll passes out to the winger, manages to recycle from the ruck and crashes over for the Kestrels. What a great try after some really persistent attacking from them in these early parts of the game. They've really gotten some reward for that. It's been similar to their game in round 1, just building some momentum, not being able to get points away immediately, but taking advantage of some ill discipline from New South Wales country and finally able to get those points on the board. It's a tough angle for the conversion attempt. We'll see if they can add the extras here. Just falls short there of the post, but the Kestrels still hold a 5-0 lead 12 minutes into this clash, and they've really held the attacking momentum so far, and they'll be looking to continue that as the half goes on and see if they can reap more rewards from their dominance in territory and possession. And Melanie Howard getting us back underway for the Corellas. And collected there by the Kestrels. They immediately palm a defender off, but get collected by 3 more. And referees having a chat. Looks like they're wanting to have a talk with the Corellas. Giving a warning about those breakdown penalties. There's been quite a few now, and I suspect a card wouldn't be too far away if the game keeps going in the same fashion. So now the Kestrels kick to touch and have a chance to attack from just inside the 50. Nice line out, contested well by the Corellas, but fortunately they just lose the ball there. And while their attacking in open play has been good, and they've been able to take advantage of some ill discipline, the set piece has really been in the New South Wales country corner so far in this one. It's whether they can convert it into real dangerous attacking momentum. That's the key for the Corellas. They'll have a chance with this scrum to mount some phases. quickly spat out the back and spun to the right. A little dummy there. Lana Ryan just dragging some defenders over. Just looking to a little bit of an intercept there, little tap, but that's a penalty for the Corellas because Kestrels couldn't gather that. So they'll have a chance to reset. The danger these days in rugby. Go for that intercept, and if you don't get it, you're giving away valuable territory and possession to the opposition. Nice clean line out for the Corellas, and they go the maul straight away. Doesn't get very far before they spit it out, and Candice Calais goes herself. We love to see that from front rowers. And look at her power, but can she get it down? No, not quite. She offloads it. And they're just pulled back. Oh, that would have been an incredible try. But it took about 5 Kestrels there to keep the loose head up. Off the line. The Corellas have another chance to attack 5 metres out. They're going straight for the line out. Maybe they'll just be able to push that maul all the way over this time around. They win the line, go straight over the back. And April Radford doesn't quite get to the line. She's quick to recycle, and they're quick to move it right. And Clay gets the try this time. She didn't make it the first time, but makes no mistakes this time. And now the Corellas draw level in the 17th minute. A nice piece of line-out play. And April Radford just got taken down by the Kestrels defence there, but it was quick thinking from the halfback to put her loose head prop over the line, give her the rewards there for all of her hard work. We love to see that. Love to spread the point scoring across the board. So it's 5-5 here after that score. And these two teams are fighting most likely to be the top of their pool and face the winner of the opposite pool in this competition after both winning their first round games earlier this week. And she slots the conversion. A beautiful kick there from Howard. And New South Wales country lead 7 points to 5, probably against the run of play 18 minutes into this clash. It's a very, very tricky kick there, but Melanie Howard managed to slot it very nicely. Corellas on the attack again. Just trying to make valuable post-contact meters there. A little, they soccer it through. It's collected by Dawo, knocks it back and regathers. Looks for a teammate, but can't find someone to pass to. And the Corellas win the penalty. And they're quick to start it again. They take the quick tap and run it down the left. A no-look pass. Just doesn't quite meet its mark, and Annika Butler there goes into touch. disappointing for New South Wales country, but some really exciting attack that they look to build there. Pack down for this scrum. Again, the Corellas have been fairly dominant in the set piece so far today. It'll be the Kestrels feeding into this scrum. And the Kestrels win the penalty. That's huge for them. The Corellas just deemed to be pulling down the scrum. And so the Kestrels will have a chance through Lily Bone to kick into attack, and that'll be a really big confidence booster for them after probably a bit of a shaky start in the set piece and the scrum and the line out so far today. Oh, and the unlucky, almost a falcon there in the line out, and goes to the advantage of the Corellas. And Olivia Creswick makes a nice little run and looking for a recycle, a quick recycle, and a bit of a panicky sort of almost chest pass there from the Corellas. And we'll go back for an advantage there. They were very quick to try and catch the Kestrels on the hop, but probably a little bit too quick. Looks like we have a player down as well, clutching her shoulder potentially. And it does not look good. That's a blow for the Corellas. Hannah Stewart be coming on as a replacement. Never good to see anyone go off injured, getting a nice round of applause there. The Corellas. Looks like it was April Radford who was replaced there. Best wishes for her for a speedy recovery from that injury. The ball doesn't get out of the scrum, and the Corellas win the penalty. Another sore player, this time from the Kestrels. Just having a chat to a trainer. She's going to play on. Nothing to worry about after all. Jogging back to the line, and the Corellas will get us underway through the boot of Howard. And a reminder, these rolling substitutions in the Australian Rugby Shield, so those fresh legs will be very vital, and how you manage those rolling substitutions will be critical as this game goes on, especially now that the Corellas have suffered that injury. Nice tap back from the Corellas at that lineup, but they just aren't really gather the ball, and they leave it a little bit too long, and the Kestrels pick it up and turn it over and start an attack of their own. Just a little sluggish there, the Corellas, and couldn't quite gather that ball, but the bounce, Kestrels kick it clear, and Howard returns the favour. And into the Kestrels 22, and chasing hard too, putting pressure there on Enyi. He just runs it back through the Corellas defensive line. Lindsay, just a little jink, looks to offload it but can't find anybody, so goes to ground. Piper Rankmore wins that battle there in defence. A couple of quick little offloads, but the Corellas are absolutely smothering the Kestrels in defence here. Lindsay tries to find a gap, nearly gets there, but can't quite shake off that defender. Try to use some power there through Dritty. But they'll go for a kick, and Masters clears it. Nearly collected there by Butler. She gets it into Howard after a little bounce, and she puts it on the toe. Are there any chasers? Not quite, but you don't need them. There is a Corella standing there waiting for that one. Very nice opportunistic try to Piper Rankmore, and they have the lead. Nice again, Melanie Howard just running up that left sideline, looking for someone to pass to, looks for the toe over the top. No one around, but Rankmore just pounces on it, catches everyone looking the other way, and gives her team a crucial lead 25 minutes into this clash. There's nice little play from the Corellas there, and some innovative and inventive sort of thinking from the fullback Howard, who will look to add the extras after kicking their first conversion earlier today. Can't quite slot that one, drifts just to the left, but the New South Wales country still hold a handy 12-5 lead with about just under 10 minutes left to go in this first half. And after the Kestrels really held sway early on, and the Corellas were on the back foot with discipline and some just lack of opportunities, they've really turned this game on its head in the last 15 minutes or so, with 2 tries in 8 minutes. Some replacements coming on for the Kestrels as they look to even the ledger and narrow this margin as halftime approaches. Corellas run it up in Preswick. Wales country win the penalty. Nice kick into touch. Puts them in some valuable field position. Both of these teams scored a win earlier in the week, and they'll be vying for the chance to play the top team in the other women's pool next Monday on finals day. Nice clean line out from the Corellas. They look to shift the ball quickly, look for a gap in that Kestrels defensive line, go themselves. The bounce just goes right into the hands there of Anastasia Martin. But offside is the call. And Howard, it looks like she's going to the sticks. Corellas keen to just build pressure in the form of points here after a couple of tries in this first half, and I think it's a smart play from them. They're building some pressure, and rather than on a hot day, rather than trying to go for the try, trying to build some pressure with points is a really smart thing to do, to build on their lead as halftime approaches, soak up a little time on that clock as well. and potentially give them a little breather on a hot, humid afternoon. Howard doesn't make the kick, unfortunately for the Corellas, and so the score stands at 12-5. Half an hour into this one. And all of this action, there's plenty more Australian Rugby Shield men's and women's action today, tomorrow and on Monday, and you can catch it all here on Rugby Explorer or on Rugby.com.au as well. No excuses for missing a moment of this this competition. Corellas win a crucial penalty there in the scrum. That's been their bread and butter today, the set piece. They're going to go for the sticks again. It's very clear sort of strategy from them. The Corellas just trying to build some points, a bit of respect to the Kestrels defence, who have been tough to break through today. And just gives the Corellas a chance to build points. And this one, Howard slots. That's her second successful kick of the day after a conversion earlier, and now New South Wales Country lead 15-5, and that's a very handy lead going into the break in a couple of minutes' time. Puts the margin to 10 points. I mean, the Kestrels will have to score twice at least to edge their way into an advantage. And Dawa runs it up, pulls a couple of defenders there, but eventually taken down. With the quick recycle. Some immense pressure there from the Corellas. The defensive line just rushing up on the Kestrels, trying to force them into a panic pass. And Masters kicks it over the top, and we've got some chases from both sides. Bone looking to run through the gap. Just the ball just dribbles into the direction of Melanie Howard, who is taken down fairly swiftly. Corellas calling for a penalty, and they do get one. And Howard kicks to touch. The boot has been quite effective for the Corellas today, both in front of goals and in open play, setting up a try earlier. Now the Corellas rather have a chance to throw in at the line out. Oh, nice contest from the Kestrels, but the Corellas do win the line out eventually, and they quickly go to get it out into open play, quickly trying to move it across field. Olivia Creswick just taken down there. Trying to shift right, take advantage of an overlap, use their pace. Ryan just can't quite slip through the gap there. Just dragging some of those Kestrels defenders along. Creswick again. She's been very effective in this attacking passage, just trying to gain some extra post-contact meters. That was ball there, rather. And the Kestrels have won it back, and they're sprinting down that right-hand touch line, and they are not going to be touched. There's Charlie Brigstock there with the try. But the Corellas are calling for a knock-on. It's unfortunate there. Have another look at that. Some great pace there from Brigstock. And she just drops it in the in goal. Such bad luck. Such bad luck for her. And a disappointing missed opportunity there for the Kestrels. After doing all the hard work and making the break. The Kestrels will not be denied though. They push the Corellas into touch and they have a chance to mount another attack now as play has restarted. Dawa shifting to that right side again, looking to give Brigstock another opportunity. Second time lucky maybe. She tries to drag some defenders through and she gets the offload away to Bone, who pushes past the defender herself but just short of the line there. And they shift it left and just collected there by Fazekas, and there they get the rewards for that pressure, the Kestrels. And another front row try today, which is what we love to see, forward scoring tries. Have another look at that one, some nice passing. Just a little bounce pass in the end, and over they go. And that brings the scores to 15-10 as half-time has ticked away. So this conversion attempt will be the last play of this half and sets us up very nicely for a big, big second half here at Ballymore today. The conversion attempt just goes to the right, and that will be us for the first half. The New South Wales country holding a 15-10 lead over the Kestrels. It was the Kestrels that scored the first try through Emily Carroll, and then the Corellas scored the next two through Candice Clay and Piper Rankmore. A penalty to Melanie Howard and then the Kestrels closed out the half with that try, giving them narrowing the margin to 15-10, and it has been an incredible first half from these two teams, and they'll be looking to continue that in the second half. Both of these teams are undefeated in this competition after one round of matches, and they'll be looking to keep that clean sheet going into the last round of round robin games tomorrow. And we'll be back for all the second half action in just a few minutes right here on Rugby.com.au and Rugby Explorer. And welcome back to the second half of this Australian Rugby Shield Round 2 match between the Corellas and the Kestrels today. Both these teams, as I said previously, won in the opening round and are vying for the top spot in the pool and the chance to face off against the winner of Pool A on Monday's finals day. It's currently the Corellas with a 15-10 advantage after two first half tries. And the boot of Melanie Howard has proved the difference for them today with their fullback kicking a conversion and a penalty, while the Kestrels have had 2 tries as well, but not been able to add the extras. So we'll see who will come out on top after this next 35 minutes. The Kestrels get us back underway, and the Corellas put a shin to it, but then go to ground and just try to run it out of their defence. And looked like they might have dropped the ball, maybe a little knock on. They've turned it over anyway, and Fua drags some defenders over to the line for the Kestrels. But just 5 minutes out, Brewer looks right and left and opts for left. Jess Grant, an opportunity. Bone, the dummy for again, just trying to push her way past the defenders, but the Corellas just don't let her break through there. And going to the left this time, trying to shift it quickly, Lindsay to Dawa, and Dawa tries to look for the gap. Jinx to the side, and Masters there just can't find a gap. Dritty drags those defenders along. Just the Corellas not giving them an opportunity, and the Kestrels win the penalty for offside and have a real chance already in this second half. Barely a minute in, and Dritty just pushes her way over. Thank you very much. Did she get it down? Not quite. And the Kestrels just basically on top of the line. Lindsay passes a nice little inside pass to Masters there, but she can't also quite get to the line. To left, can McConaughey? No. 3 or 4 attempts at getting to that line, but the Corellas' defence is just immense. And still just short there. Pick and go. And the Kestrels really couldn't be much closer to the line without putting it down. A little bit scrappy there, that ruck. And the Kestrels win the penalty. They have a chance to reset. And they'll want quick points out of this. Masters does the dummy, and Dawa finally gets the break. And there she goes. As the first, it's only 2 minutes into that second half, and the Kestrels make this one all square. And after a few attempts there, it was a quick tap from Brewer to Masters, who went herself but then realised she wasn't going to make it there, so just shifted that ball quickly to Dawa at fullback, and over she went. She has been a massive attacking threat for the Kestrels so far in this competition, and she gets some points for all of her hard work. And that's all square, and Masters will have a fairly friendly angle to kick from here, and if she can slot it, they will have the lead after just 3 minutes of this second half. The Corellas rush up, but it doesn't put Masters off her game. She kicks that one very easily, and the Kestrels now lead 17-15, just 3 minutes into this second half. And it was a perfect way for them to start this second half, the Kestrels. After scoring the last try of the first half as well. So the momentum all with the Kestrels at this point, and the Corellas really will be looking to to snuff that out as quickly as they can. An interesting restart there. Goes to ground. A knock on, and we'll have a scrum. And quickly to Howard, who just juggles hot potatoes it to Ball, who runs it up, and Rankmore takes it. Howard trying another one of those little chip kicks over the top. No chasers can get there in time, and Dawa picks it up for the Kestrels. Quick recycle. A bit of a loose pass there from the Kestrels, and it's like knock-ons from both sides, but it'll be the Kestrels feeding into that scrum. Short arm for the Kestrels. So they'll have a free kick in that scrum. They've really worked their way back in at scrum time. They take the quick tap after a little bit of a conflab, and they really look to run the ball up the Kestrels, where the Corellas have kind of looked for the kick a bit more. The Kestrels back their pace and look for the gap. And Dawa almost finds it, but doesn't quite get the palm away. She's still up and running, and eventually taken down there by the Corellas, and gives away the penalty there. Great defence from the Corellas to turn the ball over, or to win the penalty at the breakdown, and give themselves a real attacking chance just on the 22. And they're going straight to that corner. They've shown they've got a variety of weapons today, the Corellas, whether they go to that quite powerful driving maul that they showed off earlier, or whether they try to shift it to one of their athletic backs. We will find out in just a moment. And an overthrow, and they go to Candice Clay again, who has her second try of the afternoon. Just doesn't need a rolling maul, doesn't need them to shift it to the backs. Thank you, Candice Clay will do it all herself, and a little love heart to the camera there. That's great to see. And New South Wales country have the lead once more. Let's have another look at that beautiful piece of set piece. An overthrow, and Clay sitting there waiting to eat it right up and crash her way over the line. She certainly can find the try line, and that is a fantastic little piece of set play from the Corellas to put them back in front in this one. And Howard just hooks it to the left. They won't add the extras there, but New South Wales country still with the lead. in this early in this second half on what has been a day for some forwards tries for the Corellas. 2 to Candice Clay and 1 to number 8 Piper Rankmore. And the Kestrels will get us back underway through the boot of Masters. And it goes the distance, can't quite be picked up by the Corellas, but one bounce goes into the hands of Creswick, who runs it straight up out of defence. We're looking to shift it quickly to that right wing and back their pace, and they do. A little chip over the top rather than keeping to the hands there from Tiana Anderson. Might have been maybe a good idea to just hang on to the pill there, but she had a crack, took a risk, and we'll have a line out further down the field. The Kestrels throw. Like to see some risk taking. You might as well try some things in attack. Nice clean lineup from the Kestrels, and they quickly look to move it. But the Corellas have turned it over. Some very strong breakdown play from them. And they're putting them right back in the box seat. And quick recycle. Hannah Stewart there going a little bit of a fend with the forearm. And taken down. It looks like Piper Rankmore just on a knee behind play. Hopefully just taking a rest. A little bit of a breather. On a pretty attritional kind of day in the Brisbane sun. It looks like she's being replaced. A really good shift from the Corellas, number 8. And Corellas just having a discussion now. Some subs coming on. It's a card for the Corellas. And the Kestrels have a chance. So it's a big blow for the Corellas, who've just put themselves back in the lead. Some ill discipline really costing them today. And a yellow card is the ultimate punishment there for that, after some breakdown infringements. And the Kestrels look to move it quickly, trying to make the most of that extra player advantage. And a huge hit there from the Corellas. Shanae Ball, and it down the left wing, the Kestrels. Annika Butler goes, and she offloads the footy. And just trying to get it out of there. And the Corellas come up with it. And they're looking now to shift it. And just a little bit of a loose pass. Still collected nicely though. They're really just... The Kestrels win the penalty, not releasing. Kick to touch, go to a line out just outside at 22. Kestrels will throw in. You'd think they'd look to just open up the space. Shift quickly to the left. Masters tries a long pass, a little bit of a juggle. Dawa gets that next pass. Anderson gets it back off her, and the ball is ripped out of her hands, but it's the Kestrels who win the penalty in the breakdown. And Bone again has a chance to kick to touch, and the Kestrels have a chance then to build their attack. And just as the Kestrels look to throw this in, just a clarification. Oh, and they overthrow the line out, go straight in the hand of the Corellas. Just a clarification about that earlier yellow card to Sarah Coleman. It was actually for dissent. Referees do not like that, and that will be disappointing. But it's the Corellas not looking like they're playing with a player down at this stage, but forward pass potentially. Just going a little bit too fast there down that edge, and the Corellas just snuck one of those a little bit forward. So the Kestrels will have the scrum feed just outside their 22. Still about 20 minutes, 19 minutes left in this one. And the chase is on. And who got their hands there first? It looked like the Corellas. And yes, it was the Corellas who managed to get their hands to it first, despite an impressive effort there from Annika Butler, who's grabbing at her forearm as she walks back into the defensive line. And the Corellas kick it straight into the hands of Lorna Martin for the Kestrels. She wastes no time running it up. The Corellas a bit too eager in defence there, and the Kestrels win another penalty, a chance to kick to the corner again. Referee's just having a chat. It looks like it might be going another card, another yellow for the Corellas. A big blow deep in defence. The discipline has not been the best today, the Corellas. It's really the thing that's let them down. They've been dominant in some parts of the game, particularly the set piece. But you just don't want to be giving away yellow cards and penalties too easily. The Kestrels feed the scrum and straight shift it left. And they've got an overlap there, but the ball just bounces just away there from Annika Butler, who probably had an open chance to score had she been in the right place at the right time, but unfortunately the pass just went awry. Corellas just waiting for some substitutions. And Riley Smith coming on for Holly Jones there. It's going to be a bit of hard yakka for this Corellas scrum. Corellas shift it quickly, trying to find that gap. Even with a player down, they look very exciting in attack. They're looking for that space, and they do run it out of the 22. And Howard just relying on that boot once again, which has been an effective weapon for the Corellas. Straight down the throat of Baladawa, who passed it back to Brigstock, but unfortunately the ball comes off her leg. And it is New South Wales country with the advantage at the moment, 20 points to 17 with 15 minutes left in this one. And the last score was in the 37th minute. Sorry, rather in the 44th minute to front rower Candice Clay. So it's been an attritional sort of 10 minutes since then. Just 3 points the difference. New South Wales country holding that narrow lead. As Lorna Martin prepares to feed the scrum. And with the Kestrels winner penalty there against the undermanned, underplayed Corellas scrum there, and Lily Bone will take the opportunity to kick. 18-year-old, quite a young back row that the Kestrels have got at this competition, and they've been showing their wares very well so far in the opening 2 matches. And the Kestrels will have a chance, try and narrow the margin, and they do win the line out and quickly look to pass the ball. Just dragging some defenders there. Lindsay just pushing her away, making some extra meters. It looks like we've got a Kestrel down in play. I think it might be Ainsley Scrivener. She does not look in a great way. That's disappointing to see. Hopefully being attended to by some trainers, some medical staff. So we just take a break in this one. Looks like she has had a head knock, so might be going for an HIA. And as she's attended to, a reminder, these 2 teams are vying to be the only undefeated team in Pool B of the Australian Rugby Shield after 2 rounds. Both won their matches earlier this week against South Australia and the Australian Defence Force. And the winner of this pool will go on to play the top team in Pool A on Monday finals day, with the second team in Pool B playing second place team in Pool A, and so on and so forth. So everyone will have an opportunity to play 4 full games, which is great in this expanded competition. So we've just seen a blue card go up there for the Kestrels, which is a sign of a concussion, which we don't like to see, but always good to take the precaution and make sure that any head knock is taken very, very seriously, especially in a contact sport. With the stretcher just coming out there. Players just coming off as medical staff attend to that head knock. So it's currently New South Wales country leading the Kestrels 20-17 in this Australian Rugby Shield women's competition second round clash. There is a big round 3 of games on Saturday as well, not to be forgotten. The Kestrels ACT Southern New South Wales Kestrels will take on the South Australian Black Falcons at midday, while the New South Wales Country Corellas will take on the Australian Defence Force also at midday at Ballymore in the games that will decide the order of the pools. And it's an exciting opportunity for these teams. This year, it's just the second year of this women's competition of the Australian Rugby Shield. The first year they've had 2 pools, so 8 teams. Last year there was just the 4 teams that competed. And it's just a great opportunity for these senior women to be able to play in a national competition and really showcase their wares on such a stage. And there's been some exciting displays so far in the competition. A little look at the other side of the draw in Pool A. And it is Queensland Country who are sitting on top of that pool at the moment, having played 2 games and won 1 and lost 1. Then it's Perth Gold, then Victoria, and then Queensland Suburban. And might just take a little bit of a break as medical staff continue to attend to this injury, head knock, in the middle of the field. As the New South Wales Country Corellas leading ACT Southern New South Wales Kestrels 20-17. A round of applause as the stretcher is taken off the field. Worrying signs to see, and all the best wishes go out to the whole Corellas team, Kestrels rather. Nobody likes to see that, and I'm sure there'll be many well wishes after that head knock, that blue card for the Kestrels. Is New South Wales Country currently leading the Kestrels 20-17 as the game gets back underway with a scrum here at Ballymore. Kestrels win a penalty on the scrum, and they try to do a quick tap, but the referee brings them back to the mark. And Lilybone, no, they will go the quick tap. Once again, just the referee being very particular there. Another quick tap. Third time lucky, and Kestrels take it up into attack. Reminder that Corellas do have a yellow card. Some ill discipline today. Dawa picks it up off the bounce for the Kestrels. And Masters trying to look for a gap and just offloads. Cycle. Kestrels really looking to get the Corellas on the hop with an extra player advantage that they have. Might have another injury concern there. this time for the Corellas. Trainer running out to attend to that. Teams just going into huddles as that injury is attended to. Emma Bradford just walking off the field, so hopefully nothing too serious for her, but not a great sight to see any player go off injured, and a blow for the Corellas to lose her. And that is the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the game.
So New South Wales Country win that one, 20 points to 17, after an injury interrupted the game was interrupted a little bit by injury late in the game, but it was an incredible contest between these two teams. So the New South Wales Country Corellas are the only undefeated team in Pool B now, having gotten that win with 2 tries to Candice Clay and 1 to Piper Rankmore, and a conversion and a penalty off the boot of Melanie Howard to the Kestrels 17, with tries to Carol Fazikis and Dawa, and a conversion to Becca Masters. So the Corellas sit on the top of Pool B after 2 rounds, and they will take on the Australian Defence Force tomorrow at 12 p.m.